The story of Crazy Joe was torn from yesterday's headlines, and it's as terrifying as tomorrow's.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe Adventures. A rare, though it's the second one this year. It's the second one in 2024, but a rare Crazy Joe Adventures live stream. I don't do many live streams on this channel, but I thought I would do one because we haven't had a video in a while. As I stated on the last live stream, if you watched the last live stream that we did over here on the Adventures channel, it's hard to do adventures this time of year. It's hard to do adventures this time of year because I'm working a weird shift. It's winter. It's hard to get out. It's not a lot going on. Travel isn't really an option. I can't really go places. Anything I do needs to be somewhat local. And it's a tough time of year for me to come up with videos for the Crazy Joe Adventures channel. I try to come up with stuff, but it's just not easy this time of year. But as we get into the spring, fall's coming, or not fall, spring's coming, March, when March gets here, you'll start to see things pick up. I do have a video planned for this week. Dave Perillo and I are going out and we're shooting a video, but in a strange twist of fate, one of my friends on YouTube happened to upload a very similar video last week. And we already had this planned. We already had kind of scheduled that we were going to do this. And then I saw someone else did it. And I'm like, drat. Because it's one thing when two people do the same video. I mean, there's only so many things you can cover. There's going to be overlap. But you'd at least kind of like there to be a little bit of space, not like putting the same thing up so close to each other. But in this case, just kind of happened. So it's the way it'll be. I've been trying to jot down notes, ideas of places we could go this year, things we could do. And I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to do more with my buddy, the Philly captain, especially before the Philly season starts. Because once the Philly season starts, he's just all Phillies all the time. He doesn't really have time for anything else. So I need to get with him and see if we can come up with something like for the month of February where he and I could go out and do something. I'd like that. There's also a bunch of toy stores in the area, like vintage toy stores, collectibles, that I was thinking they would make good videos. But it's a tricky thing because I don't really collect that stuff anymore. For myself, I don't collect that stuff anymore. Doesn't mean you can't shoot there. But I do want to avoid going down a rabbit hole where I start buying stuff because I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to. It's about willpower. It's about willpower because I just keep looking at. You see boxes. You see a box behind me. There's a box right there next to the Mortal Kombat machine. I'm boxing stuff up. I'm selling stuff. My eBay page is quite active right now. I'm trying to get stuff out of here. I'm trying to get stuff out the door. There's just too much stuff here. And I don't want it. I don't want to accumulate things anymore. I've been my whole life accumulating things. And I don't want to do that. And if I do have things, that like collectibles and stuff around the house, I don't want them to be just another collectible. I want it to be something that actually means something. Like on top of the Mortal Kombat machine, there's a My Pet Monster. You can see My Pet Monster up there on top of the machine. I wanted a My Pet Monster from the time I was a kid. When I was a kid, I wanted a My Pet Monster. Never had one. And then I got one. And I'm like, now I have a My Pet Monster. So that My Pet Monster, it's kind of meaningful to me. That means something. But then you get all this other action figures and Funko Pops, and it's just stuff. So, out with the stuff, right? Just out with the stuff. That's it's kind of been my mentality for going into 2024. I do see we have 3 people here. Lisa's here. Good to see you, Lisa. Always good to see you. Ed K is here. Joe, you should get into food reviews like Slim Jims. Slim Jim's the beef jerky? Anthony says, snap into a Slim Jim. I don't know. I mean, like, Slim Jim, I mean, everyone's had a Slim Jim, right? Like, Slim Jim's pretty common. So I don't know. I mean, well, look, I'll tell you, the video we're doing on Wednesday is a food video. I told you, Dave and I have a video coming up on Wednesday. It's a food related video. And yeah. And there's a couple more food related videos Dave and I have, which is bad because I'm on a low carb diet. I got to break my diet to do these videos, but you know, one a week, it's not going to be, as long as I stay on my diet, as long as I, you know, keep regimented the rest of the time and stay in the gym and hitting the treadmill, you know, those 1 day a week videos, and they're not every week. It's like maybe, you know, we'll skip a week and it's not going to be that bad. But food videos are the easiest videos to do right now. And in fact, I don't know, it's a bunch of things. The gears are always going. I'm a little surprised. I got to say, I don't do a lot of live streams anymore, but I'm a little surprised at how dead the live streams have been. Like, look, we've been on for a few minutes, only 3 people commenting in the chat. And I remember when I used to do these every Monday night. I mean, man, we had some busy live streams back then. Remember that? Every Monday when we did Crazy After Dark. I won't be bringing that back. But I don't know. You know, the thing about Crazy After Dark was it just kind of turned into Q&A. People asking me questions and me answering questions. But nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But when you do it week after week after week, and we were doing it every Monday night, the same questions kept popping up. And I started thinking, well, this is probably repetitive. I don't know how many people want to watch this, because if it's just me answering the same questions, it gets a little repetitive. Then I started trying to have guests on. Then people complained that I wasn't answering questions. It's like you can't win. So I think it's better to just do these once in a while, every now and then. Kind of pop on unexpectedly, say, hey, let's talk. And we talk. Look, we got the Netflix going behind me. I didn't turn the TV off. Netflix is running because we were just watching Masters of the Universe, the new Masters of the Universe series on Netflix. Christine and I watched 2 episodes. 5 have dropped, and we just watched 2 of them. Oh, so what do we got planned for this year on Crazy Joe Adventures? Well, there is the Mahoning Drive-In. We'll be going back to the Mahoning Drive-In again. Not that I want to do the same old things over and over again, but I do love the Mahoning Drive-In, and there's going to be some great events coming up there, including a 2nd annual Muppets Take the Mahoning, and I'm not going to miss Muppets Take the Mahoning, that's for sure. RetroCon, of course, RetroCon. These are sort of the staples that I do every year, but we'll be doing RetroCon again. And like I said, I do want to hit some of the local toy stores. There's some pretty neat little toy stores around here. I just found out about a place in Jersey called the Nerd Mall. So I do want to go do a video at the Nerd Mall. That's something on my agenda. There's a place in not too far from me called Toys and Joys. I've never been there. I'd like to hit that place up. So these are some of the adventures we have coming up. And I'm always looking for new local things. And I guess a good question is, what would you guys like to see? Why don't you guys chime in? Tell me the kind of Crazy Joe Adventure videos you would like to see. And maybe we can accommodate some of them. Keep in mind, it's very hard for me to do too much travel because I do have a day job. I do have kids. Money is a factor. So we try to keep it low. If you can think of anything Philly, Jersey area, you know what I'd like to do? There's a theme park in northern Jersey, Meadowlands, devoted to Nickelodeon. I'd like to go to the Nickelodeon theme park. Problem is, I don't want to do that alone, and I don't really have anyone to go with me. I think I suggested it to Booth Babe Greg. I said to Boot Babe Greg, you want to come out there with me? He kind of was seemed lukewarm on it when I talked to him. And I don't know. I'd like to, if I could find someone to go to the Nickelodeon theme park, I'd like to. There's a place in the Philly area, well, a little bit out there, named Knoebels, which is a pretty popular park. I'd like to. I've never been to Knoebels. I know the Carpetbagger did a video there. And let's see. Little Movie Perp says top 10 fictional theme parks in movies list. You want to see me do the top 10 fictional theme parks? Maybe we could do that. I don't think I'd do that on this channel, though. If I did that, I think I'd put it up on MME. Because I killed Crazy Joe concession stand. I'm not doing the Crazy Joe's concession stand anymore. That I won't do. So if I did something like that, I'd probably stick it up on MME. Give Max the views. Because I don't think that would really fit this channel. Good to see you, Perp, by the way. When are we doing? CJH reached out to me and said we were going to do a stream talking about the Monkey Man. But he didn't tell me a time. When are we doing this? Give me a time. I'm in. Degrassi, number 1. Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. Number 1 on the fictional theme parks. Okay, all right. What about Wally World? Wally World's got to go on there, right? Wally World's got to go on there. Obviously, Jurassic Park has to go on there. And what else? What other fictional theme parks are there? There was an animated movie called Perp says probably Saturday. It is Saturday. It is Saturday, Perp. What the heck? What the heck? Oh man, what was the name of that animated movie? Was it called like Wonderland? I think there was an animated movie called Wonderland. I think that was I'm looking it up now. I don't know. It was an animated movie that came out a couple of years ago. Oh, what about Adventureland? Adventureland with Jesse Eisenberg. That was a good movie. Lisa says, we saw while placing our PA trip, the Cartoon Network Hotel looks interesting. We are going to stay Sunday night at the Red Caboose Motel. If you want to check it out after the Muppets. The Red Caboose. How far is the Red Caboose from the Mahoning? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to depend on some factors like who I have with me. But I don't know. Like my daughter Jackie wanted to go to Muppets Take the Mahoning last year, but she couldn't. She wasn't with us that weekend. So I don't know. It's that's a tricky thing. Anytime she's with me, I can't really film. So roller coaster. There you go, 77. Fake Islands of Adventure in the Haunting of Hill House remake. I believe that was the House on Haunted Hill, not the Haunting of Hill House. Aha! I gotcha. Westworld, Future World. Mm-hmm. I guess there's no shortage of fake theme parks. What about Itchy and Scratchy Land? I mean, that's television. That's The Simpsons. But I don't know. It's a pretty good one. Perp says, got me. I always confuse them both. I remember that. I was watching that movie. I was in the theater, and it was the Incredible Hulk roller coaster that they were showing, and Lisa Loeb was there, right? Lisa Loeb was like a newscaster or something, doing a story on it. Jacob's here. Good to see you, Jacob. Just doing a if we're doing TV, Krusty Land. Yeah. Well, was it Krusty Land? Krusty Land is the theme. When you go to Universal Studios, Florida, they have Krusty Land. But on TV, wasn't it? It was actually Itchy and Scratchy Land, right? Or was there a Krusty Land as well? I don't know. Let's get 59 likes. Yes, thank you, Anthony. Bring on 59 likes. Red Caboose Motels in Strasburg, PA. Muppets Mahoning is a 2-day event. I think you'll go both Friday and Saturday. Depends on what movies they're showing. Ultimately, I would like to. I would like to go both nights. I really would. But I need some details. And I won't be staying overnight. So it's going to be a drive back and forth type of thing. I don't know. And then the question is, how angry is Christine going to be at me for being gone 2 nights? So I don't know. CJH is sending me a message. Hang on a second. Let me see. What is he saying? Sorry, we already did the stream. We should be able to do a stream tomorrow about Monkey Man. I'm very confused. I thought the stream I was being asked to be on was a Monkey Man stream. I don't know. What's on you guys' mind? It's just me tonight. I don't have anyone in here with me. By the way, Perp, if you want to hop in, you can. But it's just me. So unless I start telling you guys boring stories, give me some questions and we'll talk. We'll talk. Jesus Christ, CJH, you have to get used to him. Oh yeah. What a night. What a night. Has anybody seen Masters of the Universe Revolution on Netflix yet? We just watched 2 episodes. It's quite good. It's quite good. Oh, and of course, talking about upcoming things for the new 2024 season. Of course, I'll be back at Dragon Con. I will be back at Dragon Con, rooming with my buddy Will. Will's a very interesting guy. He's a stand-up comedian, and he and his girlfriend will be rooming with me at Dragon Con. Really looking forward to that. That's going to be a good time. A little sad this year. A little sad. This is going to be my first ever Dragon Con where my good buddy Adam the Woo was not there. No, it's all right. My other friends will be there. My old podcasting crew is going to be there as always. Mr. Chuck Tomasi, Mr. Craig Stepp, Clinton Alvord, Gary Lindros, the whole podcasting crew will be back, as will a lot of my other YouTube friends, including Greg's Game Room, Splore and Ryan, Tampa J. I assume Chris the Girl will be there. I hear Nola Deej is coming this year. So we're going to have a good time at Dragon Con. But there will be an Adam the Woo shaped hole in our group this year. And I'm a little sad because, look, we love Adam. We love Adam. He's it's where I met him, man. I met him at Dragon Con. So we know each other from Dragon Con. Lisa says, is Dutch Wonderland out there only for little kids? It is a park that caters mainly to little kids. I would advise you check out Nate, Paging Mr. Morrow. Paging Mr. Morrow did a couple of videos at Dutch Wonderland. And you can give his videos a look, get an idea. Perp says, I was about to start up a stream and go through some Sundance horror news. Well, maybe we'll end this stream after 30 minutes. We're at like 18 minutes. Maybe I'll end this after 30 and hop over to the Perp stream. Because I don't really have much to say. Like, that's the thing. I don't really... I thought we could do an old school stream where I come on here, answer your questions, but I don't get a lot of questions anymore. You may remember the old days. I would get questions like, what do I think of the new Kermit the Frog? I get that every single stream. But look at this. Greg's Game Room didn't even show up tonight. Usually Greg's Game Room would be here tonight to ask me. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Look who just showed up. X-Teen Featurette. My Lord, I haven't seen you in forever, X-Teen. Good to see you. Yeah, this is probably going to be a short stream. This is, but happy to have you here. In fact, I have something. That I was supposed to mail to you and to Lewis a couple years ago. And I'm a slacker. Just like my old man, when he went here, he was a slacker too. No, I have something that I have to send to you. So I'm going to have to reach out to you through Facebook or something and get your mailing address again. Because something is coming your way. And it's something you were supposed to open up on stream. And I know you don't do many videos anymore either. So I don't know. Do with it what you like. If you wanna make a video, that was the original intent. but some time has passed. I know you don't do a lot of videos anymore, so maybe you don't want to, and that's cool too. But in any event, I'm sending it to you. Oh my lord, the little movie perp has just shown up. Little movie perp, good to see you.
Hi.
Hey,
You have way more people than I could ever get to watch my stream. So why would I start up a stream when you invited me in here?
well, welcome. Good to have you.
Good to have you.
And look, X-Teen Featurette's here. Do you know X-Teen Featurette?
No.
Well, you should be subscribed to her on YouTube because you'd like her, man. You'd like her. She does a lot of horror movie reviews.
Oh, based.
That's your thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I love horror movies.
Yeah.
I saw today I did not see a horror film. I did see American Fiction though.
Oh, you saw it?
Yes, I did. I liked it. I thought it was very good.
I liked it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of walked out a little bit disappointed because even though I liked it, I felt like I should have liked it more. Does that make any sense? Is that a weird thing to say?
No,
I think
I understand what you're saying. I think there was, I think there was a lot of I got a lot of references to a lot of other films that I felt were more satisfactory than this one. Like this one had I felt like it had the ending of The Player. If you've seen The Player, I think that's Robert Altman, right?
Been a long time.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like adaptation at points too. The Nicolas Cage one, and then the final one is Spike Lee's Bamboozled. Has a sort of a not the same plot line, but it's running sort of in the same direction, if you will, which was interesting. So I got a lot of like swaths of other movies. While I still really enjoyed it, and I thought it was very well acted all around. It's just one of those, like, it's almost felt like the Little Miss Sunshine of the Oscar nominations. Just a nice, good, cozy movie. I don't know how else to describe it, you know?
Yeah, I don't think it has a lot of rewatchability. I don't think I could watch it again.
Yeah, I think that could be some people's favorite movie for sure. I think so. I think, you know, especially if those references don't matter to them, or they haven't seen those movies, I think this could be someone's favorite movie easily. You know, I could see it. Another movie. Remember that Warren Beatty movie, Bullworth?
I never saw Bullworth. I remember it, but
so
I've never
cringe.
seen it.
It's so cringe. I know you don't believe in that, so I'm gonna have to throw it in your face every chance I get. Bullworth is cringe.
See, to me, the way I read the situation is whenever people say, or 90% of the time, let's say that, let's say 90% of the time, good 85. You know, conservatively speaking, a good 85% of the time, when people say something is cringe, it seems to mean that there was humor in there.
Yes.
Like people will be like, I watched Thor. It was cringe. There were goats screaming and, you know, and I'm like, to me, cringe has basically become a shorthand for saying there was humor in it and I didn't want to laugh.
No, because I laugh at cringe. Oh, Degrassi, you like Bullworth? Man, that ending. I rewatched it like not recently, like 5 years ago or something. I was just like, it just didn't hold up for me at all. Anthony, what the hell's Anthony on? I swear to God, Anthony, sometimes you act like the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes this man just acts too GOAT.
Jacob asks what horror movies I'm going to see this year. That's
what's messed up is he only asked you. He doesn't give a crap what I want to see.
See, that's the thing. You would know better. You would know better. What horror movies are you going to see? Because here's the thing. I'll tell you the truth. I go to see a lot of horror movies.
Yar.
But off the top of my head, I'm not sure what horror movies are coming out this year. Like I'd have to like go to a list and look and see, well, what's coming out.
Well, it depends.
Off the top of my head, I don't even know.
I'm sure there's some that a lot of people won't qualify as horror movies, but if they're dealing with horror themes or imagery, I sort of put it in the genre. So, for example, something like Lisa Frankenstein as a horror comedy. You know, the have you heard of that one?
Oh yeah, I'll go see that. I'm interested in that.
That's coming out. I don't know. I haven't heard a lick of things. I just know it was slated for this year. Was Chloe Zhao's remake of Dracula done in a steampunk Western setting, which had me really excited. I think she's a visual genius, and with a good budget, oh my God, I can't wait to see. And especially she's going to learn a thing or two after Eternals, no matter how you feel about that movie. Once you go to that Marvel labyrinth, you come out a fully formed new director, just ready to take on everything. I know how to do work with effects now. I can't wait. Like all this confidence. So I can't wait to see that. The Dracula's Longlegs is another one. Oz Perkins is a awesome director. I've loved every one of his movies. I Am the Pretty Things That Lived in This House was a great quiet ghost story that I loved. Blackcoat's Daughter is a modern masterpiece in my opinion. If you were to do the last 20 years favorite horror films, that's probably my top 10. Blackcoat's Daughter, Oz Perkins. Now, what's funny is Oz Perkins is Anthony Perkins' son, and he actually started out as an actor, and he did some really, really bad comedies with like Gary Busey, like cat comedy stuff like that. And who knew he became like an amazing.
I've never heard of Anthony Perkins. I have no idea who that is.
Anthony Perkins is some nobody that once got caught in the ladies' shower or something. I don't know. I can't remember the rumor.
I think that was Buddy the Elf.
Oh, okay, whatever. Anyway, Oz Perkins has a movie coming out called Longlegs, which has already started its very bizarre but interesting campaign, Longlegs, as Degrassi said. Oz Perkins is a G. Okay, sorry, I skipped one movie. Before he did this one, he did get mainstream appeal after Blackcoat's Daughter, I believe. What did he do after that? Yeah, and he did the Gretel and Hansel movie for I think it was Orion actually, a little while back, like 4 years ago. The Gretel, which was one of the most visually beautiful horror films ever made. Unfortunately, it does that pretentious Snyder cut aspect ratio thing that everyone's doing now. That's driving me absolutely bonkers. No, like it's come to a point every year. I'm going to expect that. I'm going to expect that in some movies. That's crazy.
I got to say, Degrassi has mentioned First Omen, Apartment 7A, and Thanksgiving 2. Degrassi has mentioned Apartment 7A many times.
Baby,
yeah, he's mentioned that many times over the last couple of months in various streams. Other than Degrassi mentioning it, I've heard nothing about this, but it's apparently a prequel to Rosemary's Baby, and I love Rosemary's Baby. So I can't wait to see a trailer for this, because I mean, talk about a movie that's I mean, is anyone talking about this? I haven't, other than Degrassi, I haven't heard that this was happening. So
there's no campaign, there's no marketing campaign yet. When is that thing? Like horror movies are like they just spurt out. Like there's never any, like,
if Max were here, he would consider Degrassi talking about it marketing.
I guess. Howard Stern, Baba Booey would call it pre-promotion. Then you say you mean promotion?
Obviously, Terrifier 3. Terrifier is like the hot name in horror right now. I've actually been avoiding the Terrifier films because of things that were told to me.
Yeah, they're quite brutal.
I have a friend named Chris who is, I don't know if I've told you this, he's obsessed with horror movies. Obsessed.
Okay.
Like, and I've never heard him say a bad word about a single horror movie. If it's a horror movie, he's on board with it. Like, you could give him something that is critically acclaimed.
God. I know where this is going.
Or you could give him something by like The Asylum, and he's going to go, oh yeah, it was good. No, like he's never said a bad thing about a horror movie.
He likes
ever.
Asylum. I've seen a couple of Asylum horror films. He really likes those?
he likes everything.
He likes Hold Your Breath.
He likes everything. I've never heard him say anything was bad until Terrifier 2.
Really? Did you see the first one?
Yes, but he said the second one was gross out gore for the sake of gross out gore. He said that all they were trying to do, he said it was just for the sake of being disgusting, and it like made him sick.
Yeah.
And I was,
he likes horror films. He's never ran into one of those. There's a bunch of those out there.
And that's the thing. It's like, as soon as the guy who loves everything tells me he hates something, I'm like, well, that one's got to be really bad. I mean, to get that kind of reaction,
I think the Terrifier movies are fantastic, and they're great gore films. They are gore films. I think that was the intent. And yeah, if you have a problem with that intent, yeah, you're not going to like it. But I think there's some special stuff outside of just fantastic practical effects. I think the character of Art is genuinely really interesting in I don't know. I like the character a lot. The bad guy, the clown. And I'm not that. I hate clown movies. Like, not because I'm scared of them, because I think they're kind of boring and lame. I don't think they're particularly scary actually. And so I don't watch these clown horror films. I've seen a couple, like obviously the It ones and Clown Motel. I saw that. I've seen a couple bad clown movies. But Terrifier is like, it's a really good. It's good acting, and by that dude, whoever plays Art the clown, and it's genuinely a new horror icon because he's very interesting. He's very weird. You don't know what he's gonna do next. It's not just like. That's why I don't gore for gore's sake. Sure, there's like some of the most brutal killings I've seen in a major release like that. But I think there's other stuff to find that's considered quality. I don't know. That's just me.
Levi McCullion asks if I'm selling any of my lunchboxes. I think my eBay store has like one lunchbox up there now. There's a Dumbo lunchbox. I did sell a Raggedy Ann lunchbox. I sold a Heathcliff lunchbox. I've definitely been getting rid of some lunchboxes. Not all of them. I'm not getting rid of all my lunchboxes, but I'm getting. Before I was buying almost any lunchbox I can get my hands on. It's like if it was a lunchbox, I wanted it.
Yeah.
And space constraints make you go, I don't need lunchboxes for everything. Let me just buy the lunchboxes for the properties that interest me. I'll tell you, I'm not actively buying lunchboxes anymore, but I will make a couple of exceptions. There's a couple that are on my dream list of lunchboxes I would like.
Mm-hmm.
Planet of the Apes is one. I want a Planet of the Apes lunchbox. I want Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Space 1999 is one that I would kind of like. But Lisa asks, what's the name of my eBay store? Lisa, you're gonna love this. You especially, you're gonna love this. Mr. Hooper. I am Mr. Hooper on eBay. Yeah, Mr.
Am
Hooper.
I hanging with Mr. Hooper?
You're hanging with Mr. Hooper.
Cool.
And the reason I'm Mr. Hooper on eBay, there's a story behind that. I had an ex-girlfriend 20 years ago who had a collection of music boxes. And there were music boxes that her father gave her. And they had a lot of sentimental value. But she got to a point where she was very, very low on money. And due to the fact that she didn't have any money, she decided she was going to have to list all her music boxes on eBay. And I decided, I was like, you're going to sell your lunchbox, or you're not your lunchbox, your music boxes? They mean so much to you. And she goes, yeah, but I need money. I don't want to sell them, but I need money. So I decided I was going to buy them all stealthily on eBay. And my name, I don't remember what my name was at the time, but it was something she would have known it was me. So I changed my name to Mr. Hooper. And I didn't tell her that I changed my name to Mr. Hooper because in the Christmas special, Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, Bert had to get rid of his paper clips to get Ernie a Christmas gift. And Ernie likewise sold Mr. Hooper his rubber ducky to get Bert a present. And Mr. Hooper knew that Ernie loved his rubber ducky and that Bert loved his paper clips. So on Christmas Eve, Mr. Hooper showed up and he gave them their things back. And I'm like, I'm going to be Mr. Hooper. She's not going to know it's me, but I'm going to be Mr. Hooper and I'm going to buy those things that she loves from her. And then when she least expects it, I'm going to give it back to her. So that was 20 years ago and I'm still Mr. Hooper. Yes. Gift of the Magi. So, no, Anthony, my ex did not look like Mr. Hooper. So there you go. Did Mr. Hooper kill the stream? Did I kill the stream with the Hooper story?
No, I'm just trying to put it all together in my head, man.
Oh, all right.
A lot of information, a lot of lore. It's a lot of lore I got to put in there.
It's a lot of lore. Yeah.
But look, this was interesting. Do you mind if I pull this up from Degrassi real quick? Natalie Erica James did another one of my favorite horror films of recent years, The Relic, which I love, an Australian. So if she's directing Apartment 7A,
wait a minute,
shit,
she's a woman?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
is she qualified?
Oh man,
has she only
dude!
done
Ever
has she done
since
anything other than documentary films?
I hate to say this. Ever since I hate to say this. Look at me. I hate to break it to you. Is what I meant to say. Okay. Ever since horror opened its doors, women have been absolutely destroying it.
I
with
know.
horror
I'm
films.
trolling Max.
Let me
I'm
virtue
trolling.
signal. Let me virtue signal.
Okay.
And any community, subgenre, fan base, creative art would be lucky to get what us horror fans have been getting lately because we've opened up our community big time. We're the most accepting. We're the best subculture out there. I'm saying it. Screw Star Trek fans. Screw Star Wars fans. Marvel fans. They're gonna have a bad one and they're gonna start acting up. Watch, they can't keep behaving like this. DC fans are maniacs. Horror all the way. Let's go.
Degrassi wants to know if they've announced a new Scream director yet. I don't think they're going to announce this new Scream director until such time as they come out and announce that they've made up with Melissa Barrera, which I'm certain is going to happen. They burned too many bridges there. Anthony says horror is one of the only genres nobody cries about female leads, but maybe I'm speaking too soon.
It depends. They'll get there.
In fact, people don't like male leads in horror movies. Like, remember when Nightmare on Elm Street 2 brought in Jesse? And he was like, and everybody was like, it's got to be a woman. It's got to be a woman. Like, nobody liked that. It's weird.
Well,
it's
at
like
least Jesse was gay.
Yeah, but the funny thing is nobody knew that at the time.
Yeah, no one knew. Not even the film. I don't think the
film. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is the most fascinating Nightmare on Elm Street movie because it's one that I got to admit I didn't like it for years. For years, I said it was the two worst.
The pool scene.
Yeah, well, I always said 2 and 6. 2 and 6 were the worst two. And then when all the stuff came out about like the gay subtext in there, it suddenly became a much more interesting movie. And I'm like, oh,
yeah, it did.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. And it's a truly fascinating film now. It's one of those things where you're like, I didn't know any of this was going on. Like I was looking at it too surface level. It's a pretty wild movie now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Wait, do you know who it is? Do they have a writer? Don't they have to rewrite or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Let us know, Degrassi. Let us know.
Let us know. Let me guess.
Well, okay, this is a
Dennis
two-parter.
Dugan.
This is a two-parter. Anthony says that he thinks horror fans are kind of snobbish, and Degrassi says, and X-Teen says, as a horror fan, she kind of agrees. I do think
we just got to gatekeep better against those A24s.
I got to admit, I see a bit of gatekeeping amongst horror fans. I do. Not all horror fans, but when things go mainstream, I find that there is a section of horror fans that doesn't like mainstream horror. It's like if that's too popular, then it's not cool anymore. I see that a lot with. Are you familiar, Perp, with a podcast called Dead Pit?
No. There's
a horror podcast called Dead Pit. I listen to them. They're pretty good, but they're very much, if something's in the mainstream, they're like, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. I don't even know how that got to theaters.
And that would Talk to Me?
I didn't hear them talk about Talk to Me, but they do it like with like any like franchise or like the Insidious movies or the later Halloween films, like anything really like super mainstream. They seem to just automatically hate it.
Yeah, we definitely got our problems, Joe, but at least we're not Star Wars fans, is all I'm saying. Those are the problems every other fan base wants.
Yes, this is true. This is true. Oh, Degrassi says he knows the guys at Dead Pit. It's the creepy Kentuckian and Uncle Bill.
So what would they say to something like Terrifier?
They do a good show. Don't get me wrong. I like them. They do a good show. I do have one little bone to pick with them. There's another YouTuber in my life that I wish wasn't in my life that they introduced me to. So, creepy Kentuckian, I blame you. I won't name names, though. I won't name names. You all know who I'm talking about.
Horror fans will go on a warpath with any movie rated PG-13 and say it's not real horror. That's not true.
I have heard
Maybe
of it.
some do. Yeah, maybe some do.
I mean,
But
let's
like
face
a lot of ghost movies are PG-13.
Yeah.
They're gonna say those aren't real horror. Okay. They say that publicly, they're gonna look dumb.
Yeah, I don't know.
Insidious isn't real horror. It's a drama.
But,
it's a musical.
The Happy Death Day movies were PG-13.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
They were great. Yeah.
That's a big time no-no. That's a double no-no because like they say slasher PG-13 slashers, that's a big no because like what's the point of that? Like you go to a slasher movie to see killings, not cutaways.
I don't know. I mean, if the story's really good, like if they have a really good story, like even if they cut away, like are you gonna walk out and be like that movie was garbage?
I haven't seen a good story slasher. I mean, I'm sure it's out there, but what are some PG-13 slashers? I can't like Cry Wolf was one. That's the only one I could think of.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Was Stay Alive the video game? Is that a slasher movie? No, I don't think so.
Maybe you're right. I gotta say, I've found in recent
Happy
years,
Death Day is actually the first one, probably. I think the one to break the code. It's like, oh yeah, you got if you make it high concept, then yeah, you can skirt
I gotta
around
say, as a general rule, I'm not really a fan of slasher films. I mean, there's exceptions.
Yeah, there's exceptions. Yeah, they're probably in the low end of the totem pole when it comes to horror for me. I like supernatural stuff, but there's some exceptional slasher movies without a doubt.
I like Scream, but that's got the whodunit
sure
effect. There's a mystery in there. I enjoy that.
I like Friday the 13th Part 6. That was badass.
I actually like all the Friday the 13th movies, but I think that's has a lot to do with nostalgia because I grew up with them.
Yeah, Part 6 is probably the only one that's like legit. Like the other ones were really rough around the edges. Like there's a lot of cinematic moments in Part 6 that work really well.
I like Part 7 a lot.
That one too. I think that one got butchered right by the MPAA.
I think so, but I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, but I think the last 20 minutes does a lot of heavy lifting, to be honest. In that one, with the fight, that's what made it amazing. If it was like any other Friday the 13th, it probably would have been one of the worst ones because there's no gore.
Degrassi says Star Wars fans say Kathleen Kennedy is a girl boss, man-hating queen of the shrew harpies who should have been fired yesterday. I'm not saying it, but a lot of fans are. Right, Voltaire?
Oh, Voltaire. What are we going to do with you, Voltaire?
Oh, Voltaire. Yes, Max, she's an evil, vile woman who destroyed our childhoods with impunity. She made the Force female and hasn't been accountable. She must be stopped. Did Voltaire say that?
No.
I
don't think to that degree. And by the way, they're getting their facts wrong. She didn't make the Force female. She was the one that discovered the Force was female. It was always there. Hyperbole. I know.
Kathleen Kennedy made more good movies. Like our whole childhood, man. She had a hand in. It's wild. Everyone just turned on her.
That's what Al Snow said.
Al Snow. Who's Al Snow?
Al Snow's that wrestler. I show everyone this clip. Al Snow about contempt fans. Well, why fans? Okay, I'm doing a terrible job here. I'll give it to you. Hold on.
You got the clip?
I'm gonna look.
Oh, who's in? You're losing your voice. You gotta.
I gotta make sure I put it in the right spot. Okay, here. This explains everything perfectly in terms of fan base. I'm gonna put it in the private chat.
All right. All right, give me a second here.
You can make money the hard way as a bullfighter, or save money with
commercial.
Mobile. Connect
I hear it.
Network.
Cool.
Existing customers can get a
All
free
right.
unlimited intro line
Ooh.
for a year when they buy one
Get a
unlimited
free
Put it on
unlimited
screen.
Samsung Galaxy
I'm working on it. I'm
S24
working on it.
Oh,
All right. Oh, it's damn it. It wasn't gonna let me do the full screen until I bring it over. Al Snow. Here we go. Here we go with Al Snow.
here we go with Al Snow. He's talking about wrestling, but this is in context to all fan base as far as I'm
There's a
concerned.
lot about wrestling fans these days I don't understand. They're the goofiest bunch of people I've ever met. They really are. I genuinely hate them. I really do. I love the fact that they're fans, but I hate them. And this goes back to kayfabe. We used to have kayfabe out of respect for the business, and because that's what kayfabe was, and it was respect for the fans. And here's
He'll
why.
get there. Watch.
Opinion is the lowest form of human knowledge. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can form an opinion with little or no actual information. And then you can go around and spout it off as if it's a real fact, when it's nothing more than theory, conjecture, and assumption. That's all it is just that. Real knowledge is not information. It takes a matter of information and experience together that make real knowledge. So you have a bunch of people, fans, that now have access and are privy to information, but have no actual experience. And since they have the information, they think they now have knowledge and an understanding of a business that they've never been in and have never had any experience. What's the problem with that? Is that it leads to assumptions, and it leads to conjecture, and it also leads to contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt, no matter what it is. The more familiar you become with it, the more contemptuous you become with it. And now you have a group of people, granted a minority, that are very vocal and they're very contemptuous based on information that they think is knowledge, that they really truly don't have any understanding or reasoning of why we do what we do, when we do it, or how we do it, but now assume they do because of information they have and become contemptuous of it. But they'll still watch it. And so what makes it worse is we have people on the inside of the business, performers.
All right. Well, that's
writers,
the context of the family. You'd stop.
etc.
This
Yeah.
is different. But I think he nailed it.
Yeah.
I think he nailed it. Every fan base.
Yeah,
The
sounds-
haters and stuff.
Sounds pretty accurate. I remember as a Star Trek fan, I remember in the 90s, Star Trek was being run by a couple guys named Rick Berman and Brandon Braga.
Sure.
And it was Berman and Braga. The fans hated them and called them the Killer Bees. Oh, Brandon Braga, the Killer Bees. They're destroying Star Trek. They're destroying it. They killed Deep Space Nine because they're not on a ship, and Star Trek doesn't go anywhere, and it's got to go somewhere, and Voyager's no good, and blah blah blah. Oh no, they're doing a prequel now, Enterprise, and it doesn't follow the continuity. Oh, we hate Berman and Braga. They're the worst. They're the worst. What happens? Enterprise gets canceled.
Yeah.
Star Trek goes away. It's gone for a number of years. Then it comes back under J.J. Abrams. Get the
Adrenaline boost.
Yeah, JJ makes his movie. Then it goes back to television under Alex Kurtzman. And all we hear is, it's not as good as it was in the 90s. They got to bring back 90s Star Trek. That was real Star Trek. Real Star Trek ended with Enterprise. That was the good stuff. Why don't they bring it back? Brandon Braga, the guy the fans hated, the guy the fans wanted out of there so bad. Get him out of here. He sucks. He goes on and becomes a head writer for The Orville. And suddenly people are like, The Orville, that's real Star Trek. That's real Star Trek over there. They're doing Seth MacFarlane. He's making the real Star
What
Trek.
a roller coaster that guy must go through. He's like,
Yeah,
what the hell?
It's insane. People don't know.
That's
what the hell
why
they want.
it because of that dude does not listen to anyone. Good job, assholes. Sorry to curse. by the way. Like that's why he won't listen. Like look at you guys, audience members and fans. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, nobody knows what they want. So I don't know. So do we bum everybody out now?
Why?
I don't know. Did we bum everyone out talking about how fandoms suck? But
Fandoms
Deep
do
fake,
suck. Hey, that's why I'm a horror fan. And another thing, I get a lot of hate for me actually digging award shows and stuff, because everyone does the I don't care for award shows, blah blah blah. No one's heard of these movies, blah blah blah. I actually love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving this run I'm doing. I'm just watching as a horror guy. I think it's important to expand your diet every once in a while. So I'm just doing a huge run on all the awards contenders. Let's go.
X-Teen, I love Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine and
Yeah.
Buffy are my two favorite TV shows of all time. Deep Space Nine and Buffy. That's it. That's my top tier of television.
Y'all are gonna hate me, but I really like Voyager.
Voyager's grown on me.
I like
Voyager
the
is definitely
cast
grown.
a lot. I like the cast of Voyager a lot.
I remember
I'm a Neelix man, okay?
I
Deal
like
with it.
Neelix. I like Neelix. I always liked the Doctor, Neelix, and 7 of 9. Those were my three favorite characters.
Oh yeah,
But
7
you
of
know,
9, I forgot 7 and 9 came from Voyager. Oh my god.
back in the 90s, I hated Tuvok, the Vulcan. I couldn't stand him. I was like, Tuvok, he doesn't know how to play a Vulcan. He just comes off as cranky. Vulcans are supposed to be like emotionless, but he just seems like he's cranky all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go back and I watch it, and I'm like, man, Tuvok is awesome. How did I not like Tuvok?
Maybe it's because you didn't have. How young were you?
20s.
Yeah, maybe life experience made you see the nuance in his performance.
Maybe.
You know, what was the Klingon lady's name? She was cool too.
B'Elanna Torres.
That was interesting too, seeing a female Klingon and how she was dealing with her shit.
Voyager is also interesting because Star Trek Voyager is the one Star Trek series where I have multiple autographs from the cast
in the attic,
but not on anything Star Trek related.
Really? So on what? Jackie Chan movies?
B'Elanna Torres, the actress who played B'Elanna Torres, Roxanne Dawson, wrote some books. And I have her books that are not Star Trek related. They're just some sci-fi novels she wrote. I have them signed by her.
I'm sure she appreciates that way more. She probably gets nothing but Star Trek things.
Robert Duncan McNeil, who played Tom Paris on Star Trek Voyager, he was also in the 1989 or 1987 Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren. I have his signature on the Masters of the Universe movie poster.
Good enough.
And Tuvok.
Good movie.
Tuvok.
No wonder you fell in love with him after.
Well, he signed a copy of Spaceballs for me.
And I had to like the character.
No,
was he in that?
Yeah. He was the guy. He was the guy. The guy in the desert with the pick who says we ain't found shit. In fact, he signed it to Crazy Joe.
That was my favorite
shit.
That's awesome. That was my favorite joke when I was a kid in Spaceballs. Did you comb the air? We ain't find shit. Oh. When you're a kid, cursing's funny, okay? You can imagine how I fell in love with Bad Boys when I first saw that opening scene. I was like, oh my God. Just opened up my eyes.
Degrassi was born into Trek. All it has to do is say Star Trek on the box and he'll watch it. And I'm assuming he feels the same about Planet of the Apes. I don't know why I get that impression. I just do. Dr. Zaius.
I'm a horror guy, but there's another thing I'm really into as well. For some reason, Asian action films. I just cannot get enough of them. From everywhere. The Japanese ones, the Chinese ones, the one from Malaysia, Indonesia now. All of them. I just can't get enough. They're so good.
I got a video here. I don't know. Let me see if I can.
I want to ask you a question. I'm sure you've been asked this because I saw this on Twitter. And I thought it was interesting. Someone, one of those little things. If you could change blah 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 in a movie, and it was the prompt was, one actor stays the same. The rest of the cast has to be turned to Muppets. What movie do you want to see with that scenario? And the one that always comes up is Evil Dead. Keep Bruce Campbell. Everything else, the dead, the girl, everything else is Muppets. I think that's brilliant.
I don't know. Nightmare on Sesame Street.
Who you changing? Freddy? Is Freddy killing Muppets?
Freddy's going to be Grover now. We got to have Freddy be Grover.
Okay, so who's the one actor staying the same?
Johnny Depp.
So you can be dragged down by a Muppet hand.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Are you into kaiju perp? Yes. I just saw I think it's Shin Ultraman. They're shinning up everything. Shin Mass Rider, that's not kaiju. Shin Ultraman, is that kind of kaiju? He fights kaiju. I like I'm probably not into it like most people actually. I just like the Godzilla stuff and the Cloverfield. I don't know.
I'm trying to
There's
figure
probably
out.
more people that are bigger fans. I shouldn't say I'm a fan. I'm not into
It's
it,
gonna
but I
be-
do like some of them.
It's going to be easier if I up. Oh wait, damn it! I got to change it into an MP4. I got a pretty good video here that I just found this morning. Actually, somebody sent it to me months ago, and it was on my phone, and I forgot about it. And then, oh come on, it won't let you. It won't let me import MOVs. I have to change it to an MP4 in order for it to upload. There we go. Use MP4.
No, Anthony, the prompt is one actor stays the same and everyone else is a Muppet. It's not Tom Cruise is a Muppet. So everyone would be a Muppet, including Tom Cruise, except in Mission Impossible 6, and then you say except. Joe, do you like Star Trek Into Darkness? Ask Jacob.
No.
I do.
It is my second least favorite Star Wars movie.
One bad
Star
scene
Trek.
make not movie bad.
It's my second least favorite.
One
My
bad
least favorite
scene
is still Nemesis, but
oh my god. One bad movie not make movie bad.
one bad
Sorry,
movie.
one bad scene. One bad scene. You messed me up, Joe. It's already a really complicated thing to say. One bad
right.
scene do not make movie bad.
All right, hang on. Here we go. This video is called Tuvok Explains Star Wars. Are you ready?
Oh god.
In the Star Wars, the Fourth is a powerful energy that binds the galaxy together. You see, Darth Vader, the bad guy, hates Luke Skywalker because he is his son. Sounds like a bad dad if you ask me. Anyway, because he's so mad at his son, he builds a giant ball that can blow up Earth. Luke and his friends, Obi, Hans, Robot, Pill, and Chewbacca, accidentally find the ball and realize that's no moon. It's a death ball. And they're right. So they go inside it. And guess who's there? Darth Vader and his boss, the garbage octopus. Now his friends all save the girl character and try to leave, but not before Darth Vader turns Obi into laundry. Luke is sad and realizes there's only one thing to do. Get in his X thing and kill everyone on the death ball. Pill gets his head blown off, so Luke uses the Fourth to put a laser in the death ball's hole. Boom! So long, death ball. They won! Outstanding! A wizard even gives the humans a medal. But not Pill. Sorry, Pill. And that's the end of the Star Wars. No, just kidding. They made a bunch more of them, featuring everyone's favorite characters, Fatty the Slug, Ed Harris, Axe Hog, and Laura.
There you go.
Joe,
Yes.
that was awful.
You didn't find that funny?
I hate Star Trek now. I hate all forms of Star Trek.
Are you sad because Pill
I
didn't
hope
get
Warner
a-
Brothers buys you guys out so fast and you get Batgirled quicker than you could say, beam me up, Scotty. I don't know.
You're just upset because Pill didn't get a medal.
Who?
Pill.
Who's Pill?
Did you watch the video?
No, I was typing at one point.
Yeah, I came back and heard you typing. That was
Okay. Yeah. I saw the beginning and I said, screw this, I'm typing. I'm kidding. No, it was fine. That's pretty much Star Wars. Hey, she liked it.
yeah. Fatty the Slug. So
How many bad scenes make a movie bad? 9.
9 bad scenes?
There, mathematically solved.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah, of course.
F9 would be funny if everyone but Vin was a Muppet, considering how serious Vin is in that movie.
I like Jason Statham because he has this eye twitch thing when he looks pissed off at everyone. What you mean? He's like he's talking to a Muppet. What you mean, I'm walking with a Muppet? But Vin could be funny too.
You know,
Vin acts like a Muppet.
In the Muppet Christmas Carol, Michael Caine does play the whole thing very serious. He doesn't let on that he doesn't let on that he's on with Muppets. He plays it straight. That's what
the man was a huge professional in Jaws: The Revenge. He's definitely going to give the Muppets respect.
He didn't even get wet. He didn't even get wet when he went in the water.
He had the best line. Maybe he had a heart attack. That was my favorite line in any Jaws movie, and it's in Jaws: Revenge. It's Michael Caine when they couldn't find the shark heartbeat or whatever. Maybe she had a heart attack.
So what's going on? Is Max going on tonight or
absolutely not?
No.
Well, I don't know. He said he hasn't posted anything. He said he's going to stop posting stuff when he's taking naps and he does not go on. So it's up to us to carry the mantle.
But we're not on his channel tonight. So.
Yeah, that's what happens. The mantle's very dim.
That's what he gets. That's what you get.
He's a hard worker. I like Max. I do agree. We're all too hard on him sometimes, but damn it, those takes.
I don't know if he believes in some of them.
Ooh, Max a grifter? New meta?
I think he goes for the shock value sometimes.
I think he knows. Let's be charitable and say he knows the reaction he's going to get from his.
Oh my Lord. Look at this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm giving X-Teen Featurette a hard time here saying, I know you don't really put up videos anymore. And then I just see she just put up a new video 11 hours ago. Nice. So yeah, congrats. She's been there she goes. She's back. She's back.
We're back. 2024.
All right.
2023 out the door.
I will
F9. Oh no, we already sorry, I had that up. Sorry. ET gives the finger.
ET gives the finger.
Okay. I believe that's a good thing in his world.
Yeah, it's healing. If ET gives you,
he was the only one that had that power in his world, apparently too. If you go to the ride, that's
on the ride they needed his healing touch to save the
world. You don't have any more of those? Damn, rough luck. You left him here. Next time, be on a lookout. Do a head count for the special guy.
That's the weird thing about ET. It's like we all assume that everyone on the ET planet has those kind of powers, and that's just not the case.
It's just that moron.
Yes.
There's a bit, I don't know where it's from, where they're treating him like he really is the village idiot, that are really actually a smart species that know how to talk and all that. And they left him on Earth. They're like, sorry, we left our dude. I forget where that's from.
I do wish I could slip into the alternate universe where ET2 got made to see what it would be like. I'm kind of glad it didn't happen because it sounded awful. But there's also
they were going to bring a bad alien race. You know they were.
That was the plan.
I knew it.
Bad aliens were going to invade, and ET.
What else would you do? Yeah.
You
can't get lost here again. He has to protect us now. No, you don't understand, Elliot. They bad ones come. Oh God, that's
maybe he could get lost here again. I mean,
he gets lost here again.
It's the same thing happened to Kevin McAllister.
At that point, I think they need to get social service over to that.
Right. How many?
You guys are very bad parents.
How many family members were going to get taken from what's his name, Liam Neeson?
Oh yeah. Retaken.
Christine.
Yeah, that's true. Each one was different. They kidnapped the wife in the second one. I guess it's just don't be around him. Who would believe that? They go to court. It's I got kidnapped because of him. No, it wasn't him. It was actually in Europe. Yeah, and then the wife said, "Yeah, I got kidnapped too. It was a different situation."
Well, it's like the Death Wish movies. Every other movie, it's either his wife, his new girlfriend, it doesn't matter. Anyone who gets involved with this guy ends up getting either killed or how do we say on a stream, taken advantage of violently.
Assaulted.
Yes, that's a word.
Yeah. At what point does he realize that he's a magnet for this, and him just even talking to anyone automatically will get them killed? At what point can you call him a douchebag and he's actually an asshole and an evil person? No, he's a douchebag in part 2. I think by part 4 is like, all right, dude, stop getting involved with people, killing them all.
Well, part 4, he was cracking down.
I only made
That
it to
was-
part 3. I have part 3 right over here, actually, next to me. In my
I don't know why, but the Death Wish 4, the subtitle cracks me up because it's the first one to have a subtitle. Part 2 is just part 2, part 3 is part 3, then Death Wish 4, the crackdown. It's like, oh, now he's cracking down. He was going easy on you the first 3 times.
Did it involve crack? I never got to part 4.
I think it involved crack. I didn't actually see part 4.
Crack down. I hope he says that. He shoots the dealer. Looks like cracks down. That'd be awful.
Degrassi
I like all
said-
those canon movies.
Yeah, I love
Canon action movies.
But you know, here's the thing. I watched Highlander the other day. Like I haven't seen Highlander in a while, and I didn't realize Highlander had the Canon logo in front of it. And I'm like, I didn't think I don't think Canon Films made Highlander, so I was kind of like trying to figure that out. I'm like, well, what the heck is this?
Distributed by,
I guess, was it always distributed by
maybe the
'cause
theater run? I mean, Canon had a fucking relationship. Sorry, I cursed. Relationship with the theaters and stuff.
Yeah, because look, when I look on Wikipedia, it lists it as production companies: Thorn, EMI Entertainment, Highlander Productions, Davis, Panzier, through Columbia, Canon, Warner Distributors in the UK. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Degrassi says Canon is on the.
wasn't I'm sorry. Where was
Great. It's really.
Speaking of crack, I'm sorry, I'm coughing. I'm cracking out. What was the 2 guys that own Canon? Where were they from? Were they Armenian or
They Israeli.
Israeli? Sorry.
Golan Globus. Hang on a second. I got one of their documents. There's 2 documentaries about them, but I've got Electric Boogaloo right here.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, this is the better of the 2. The other one,
That had high production value.
the other one's called Go Go Boys.
Interviewed Brett Ratner. It's the rat, bro.
Oh yeah. Here's a question for you. Here's some trivia. Canon Films trivia.
I can't
Do
believe
you
Brett
remember-
Ratner, out of everyone, was the one that got Jackie Chan over here. Out of everyone, it was freaking Brett Ratner.
Don't forget, he was here in the 80s. He did was it Cannonball Run and
Yeah,
a couple movies in the early 80s. Then he
did
then
the
he took
Protector
off.
with Danny Eleo. Yeah, I remember, but it didn't work out. And he did the big brawl. Didn't work out.
Yep.
He had to go back. And it was Brett freaking Rat, the rat. It's the rat.
The Rat Man. Here's a little Canon Films trivia for you. Do you remember what movies split the cousins up, Golan and the Globus? They had a disagreement.
Was it
Over-
Superman?
No. It's much
No.
dumber.
Perfect.
It was over the Lambada.
Oh, true.
Lambada
true. I
dance
remember
craze.
that. Yes.
One
yes.
of them wanted to do a movie called Lambada. The other one wanted
did
to
another
do
one. Yeah.
The Forbidden Dance,
The
and it
Forbidden
actually ended their partnership. And each one went and made their movie, and then the movies opened on the exact same day, and both of them tanked.
That is amazing. That needs to be a movie.
Just the
I really do want to direct. Man, I'm not lying to anyone when I say I think I want to direct the Snyder Cut fiasco, an interpretation narrative. I would love to do the heist of getting the hard drives and all that stuff, COVID protocol, all that stuff. I think that'd be so much fun.
You know what movie I would love to see, and I tried to talk my friend JJ into making it. My friend JJ is a documentary filmmaker. He made a documentary called Film Hawk about Bob Hawke. You know who Bob Hawke is?
No.
Bob Hawke was very, very instrumental in the indie film scene of the '90s, getting a lot of movies made. And my
Based.
friend JJ made a documentary about him called Film Hawk. And JJ's done a few things. And JJ and I share a great love. JJ Garvin is his name. JJ Garvin. You want to look him up.
JJ Garvin.
He and I share a great love of the 1980s band, the New Monkees. I don't know if you remember the New Monkees, but it was 1985. The Monkees had a reunion, and they got really big again. The reruns of their old TV show were suddenly
we're the Monkees.
Yeah. So the powers that be who created the original Monkees TV show had this idea of, let's create a new show called the New Monkees, and we'll get 4 new kids and we'll put them in a house and do a show about them and put an album out. And it's one of these things where it was a major disaster. Like the show totally bombed, but there was an album. The album was great. The show, not so great. And the show was supposed to sell the music. The music was supposed to be symbiotic like the original show was. But number one, the show wasn't good. That's problem number one. Number two, fans of the original Monkees were downright hostile to there being a band called the New Monkees. And they were getting death threats in the mail just for existing.
Oh my God.
Just for existing.
The original Phantom Menace.
And pretty much.
The Monkey fan base.
JJ and I met each other in the early 2000s, and we came to the realization that we both loved the New Monkees. We were both fans of the New Monkees. You can actually find an interview on this channel. If you go back in Crazy Joe Adventures, there's an interview with 2 of the 4 New Monkees on this channel, Marty Ross and Dino Kovas. I've interviewed 2 of them. But I told JJ, you should make a documentary about the New Monkees because it's a fascinating story. It's a fascinating story. You've got these 4 guys who were kind of picked out of obscurity, told you're going to be the next big thing. You're going to have a TV show. You're going to have a record deal. You're going to be the next Monkees. And the one thing they were told all along is the name of the show and the name of the band will not be the New Monkees. It will not be the New Monkees. It will be some new name from the people who brought you the Monkees. And they were like, oh, good. But the placeholder title was the New Monkees. So when they signed on, they all hated that name. They're like, we're not going to be the new. No, you're not going to be the New Monkees. That's a placeholder. It's a placeholder. And then when it came time to make the show, all the networks and the channels were like, no, it's got to be the New Monkees. We're not buying it if it's not the New Monkees. We need the name. We need the name recognition. You need that name brand recognition. You can't bring out this thing and give it a new name because people don't know what that is. They know what the Monkees is. So the studio got pigeonholed into keeping them the New Monkees. And that pissed off the original Monkees fans. And it pissed off the Monkees. Mickey Dolenz was speaking out against these guys, going, they're not the Monkees, we're the Monkees. So the Monkees themselves were speaking out against these guys. And it's just 4 teenagers who they didn't stand a chance, man. It's a fascinating story, I think. Like it's like whether you watched the show or didn't watch the show, I think their story is interesting.
Okay. I could see it. If they're charismatic, sure.
But I don't know. JJ tried to talk me into making it. He's like, you should make it. And I'm like, I can't make a documentary.
If you're passionate about it, you should make it.
Maybe when I'm older. Maybe when
you could make a documentary. You do those road videos. You know how to.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It would take a lot of travel. I'd have to travel a lot. First of all, I'd have to raise funds. I'd have to travel. I got a day job and I got a family, and I can't be like leaving my wife and kids to do this kind of stuff. Maybe if like the kids are in college or something and I got some free time, maybe I could turn my attention to it then. Right now, can't do that.
No.
So.
All right. Well, you put it out there. Maybe someone will do it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. So I think it's a good story. And I killed the chat because nobody gives a damn about the New Monkees.
I sure as hell don't, Joe. But I'm here.
Degrassi has brought up the grungies, though.
I hate music talk. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about music. I have terrible taste in music. Just leave me alone. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
We can see you.
I'm ugly.
You're a bashful dinosaur.
I don't know anything about music.
What about
The
your
Monkees?
favorite?
No, Monkey Man. I know about Monkey Man. I don't know about Monkees. I know about Monkey Man.
What about your favorite song? I know your
I
favorite
don't
song.
know.
I know your favorite song.
What?
That's
That's my favorite score. There is a difference. My favorite song is Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park. There's a difference, Joe.
What about the Weird Al song? Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild.
That's a romantic song.
Yeah. It's a love song.
I didn't know Weird Al had it in him.
Oh.
In him.
Al brings the sexy, man. Al brings the sexy.
I've been dying for more studios to do dinosaur content. You know, why is it just Jurassic Park? And then every once in a while, Peter Jackson will throw them in their King Kong movie or whatever. More dinosaur stuff. And then I get 65 and I'm like, no, why? Why'd you do this to me? But I think we're due a really good, hardcore, rated R dino slasher movie with a good budget, not an Asylum movie. Because Asylum, there's a bunch of actually dinosaur movies from other countries, very low budget. Some effects are better than others, but for the most part, none Hollywood standards. I want a rated R horror dinosaur movie. And I think if it's treated as it is, don't try to fool people and thinking it's going to be a real movie. Just do a slasher movie with a freaking dinosaur. That's it. I don't care. I think it'll bank. What say you?
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I'll watch the hell out of that.
From the
Let's do
people
a
that made Piranha 3D. Give me a
Do a
dinosaur
remake
movie.
of Carnosaur.
Yeah, just remake that. What's amazing is that China actually, I guess they got the rights from Roger Corman. They respect Roger Corman over in China because China just rips us off. Well, I guess some studios or whatever. Like I've seen like they use Dark Knight music in their movies sometimes. These are the lower budget movies. Of course, when it's higher budgets and stuff, the directors have like their own artistic, integrity and all that stuff. But the lower budget stuff, oh my God, no shame. No shame. They'll straight up steal masks from Halloween stores and like there's Star-Lord fighting Kylo Ren in my movie. It's absolutely crazy. But it was absolutely even more crazy that they paid for the rights to do Sharktopus, the remake.
Yeah.
There's an official Roger Corman Chinese Sharktopus movie out there.
I want to know why they never put out the second two Sharktopus movies, Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf and Sharktopus versus Terra. Was it Terra Conda? They never put them out on
Terror on the Prairie. That'd be great.
They never put them out on Blu-ray. You can't get the sequels. You can only get the original on Blu-ray. And even if you want to just buy it for your digital collection on like Amazon or something, you can't. You can't. They're on Tubi. You can watch them on Tubi, but you can't own them. I want the Sharktopus trilogy, man.
I was a big fan of the Asylum movies because it was like, I forget the guy's name, but it was him. And then his wife was the actor. I remember her name, Kim Little, I think. And they're like, it was one of the first Asylum movies. It was called Killers. It was like 96. And it was like really good, obviously very cheap. Acting's very rough around the edges. But it was basically Reservoir Dogs. But then it just turns into a crazy slasher movie where like, let's say, I don't know, Mr. Blonde ends up like killing the other ones. And it's like the last guy and the girlfriend are running around the warehouse being chased by him. It was really cool. It's called Killers. And then the same guy and his wife, Kim Little, did Killers 2. And that was even better. It took place the day after in a hospital, pretty much Halloween 2, except the woman is tripping the whole time. So it's very psychedelic of her trying to get away from these gangsters trying to kill her. Really cool, like really good movies. And then them two, and then met up with some other guy and started like they did Asylum, the Mockbusters, I guess. They got money off that shit.
David Michael Latt.
Yeah, he did Killers, right?
Uh,
If you look it up.
when I look up his movies, it just wants to show me all his Asylum stuff. Two-headed
Well, I
shark.
think Killers is Asylum, but what I was saying is they were doing like pretty interesting movies at first. They were doing like weird rip-offs, but they were actually like, I guess it's interesting because Killers is technically they were doing the rip-off thing, but they weren't selling it as a rip-off. But it was like a Reservoir Dog rip-off that turns into a crazy slasher horror movie. So that's pretty interesting. And that was actually really good.
Killers, 1997. There it is.
Yeah. So did he do that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That
did.
guy. He's really good. And I think that guy started Asylum.
Yep. I think I've had some emails from him. I think I tried to
Really?
get him.
Get him
Yeah,
on. I'll talk to him. I'll only talk to him about Killers though.
Well, that's the thing. I tried to get him years ago onto my podcast, and he like wrote me back, and he was very nice, but he turned me down. I wanted to get him to come talk about Sharknado when the Sharknado craze was going on.
He did Sharknado? Damn, I didn't know that.
Well, I think he like I don't think he directed it, but he
I've seen them all.
it's the Asylum, so he's he had a hand in it.
Yeah.
He at least
I've
wrote
seen
it.
all the Sharknadoes, Joe. All of them.
So have I. I got them all on Blu-ray.
Atta Joe. That I cannot claim.
They're not good after the third one.
You know what I do have? I have a bunch of Uwe Boll Blu-rays. I do have a lot of his movies. I have House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark. I have all 3 Blood Rains. Let's freaking go.
Oh, all right. Here we go. No, he's the producer of the Sharknado movies.
Based.
But here's the question. Let's see if you know. No help from the chat. Do you know the name of the guy that wrote all the Sharknado movies? Because he's got a great name. He has a great name.
I have no idea.
Okay. Thunder Levin.
Wow.
Thunder Levin.
Thunder Levin. That's beautiful, Joe.
Yeah. It's a hell of a name.
If not for Blockbuster, the Asylum wouldn't exist. Yeah. And we all passed those covers and laughed. Mega Piranha, what are they doing? That was just the beginning. Look at them now. They're even using like anamorphic aspect ratio in their movies now. Good for them.
Mm-hmm. Man, I want to change my name to Lightning Levin.
Dick Warlock is the best actor name ever.
Dick Warlock.
I don't know, man. I know he got booted, but Army Hammer is pretty cool. Army Hammer.
Army Hammer. That's a heck of a name. Yeah.
That's such a weird name.
First time I ever saw Army Hammer was on the TV show Reaper. You remember the show Reaper?
Little movie perp.
Oh, yes. You don't know television.
I don't know anything about television. I don't know what you guys are doing over there.
Yeah.
All I keep hearing about is Euphoria is too much. Euphoria is too much. I'm good with my movies. Thank you.
I don't know. I think that the most of the TV shows that people obsess over are a little overrated.
I've
Like
seen
Breaking
some TV.
Bad.
I'm being hyperbolic. I watched some TV.
Yeah.
I saw Echo, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't care for Echo.
Legendary. Oh yeah, I knew that name sounded familiar.
Dick Warlock. He was Michael Myers in Halloween 2.
Bam, 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 bam. Michael Myers in the first one, wasn't that Nick Castle?
It was.
And he's a director, right?
Yeah, he directed
Major Payne. Let's go.
He directed The Last Starfighter. I love The Last Starfighter.
Wait, did he do Major Payne? I could look like an idiot.
He might have. Might have. Let's find out.
Yeah.
He directed The Boy Who Could Fly. I know that.
Didn't see that one. I did see the Dirt Bike Kid though.
It's about a boy who could fly. He directed Major Payne.
Based.
Oh wow, he was the writer of Skate Town USA.
Who wasn't, Joe?
I own Skate Town USA.
I mean, Michael Myers was a writer there, of course.
I actually own Skate Town USA on Blu-ray.
Cool.
You know what it's about?
Let me guess.
It's a roller disco movie.
Oh, I thought it was a courtroom drama.
You want to hear the cast? You want to hear the cast of Skate Town USA? You're gonna love this.
Emilio
Ready?
Estevez.
Scott Baio,
Even
Flip
better.
Wilson,
Oh my god.
Patrick Swayze,
Wow.
Maureen McCormick,
Of course.
Ron Palillo.
My favorite.
Horseshack from
Yeah.
Ruth Buzzy,
Yeah.
Joey Ross, Billy Barty.
Billy
look-
Barty.
This is an all-star cast here. Murray Langston is the drunk. Murray Langston, better known as the unknown comic. Bill Kirkenbauer as the Skate Town
course.
doctor. This is an all-star cast, man.
Personal favorite.
Skate
Town USA.
USA. Gonna go out and get that one, aren't you?
I always have to look at the trailer first, Joe. I might have to head out soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
I'm
wrapping
glad
the
I got
stream.
to talk to you in the chat.
Yeah, we got to do this Monkey Man stream.
I'm already doing research. As you know, I did say I watch a lot of Chinese action movies, and let me tell you, there's a plethora of Monkey King movies. It's a maze. It's a labyrinth of just a bunch of wire work. It's insane.
Lisa asked if we ever watched Shameless. I have not. I've heard good things about Shameless, but I've never seen it.
No, I'm a little movie perp. I don't watch TV.
Oh, Degrassi asked, remember Night Patrol?
More TV.
I was thinking of watching Night Patrol because it's on Tubi. I've never seen it. I know Murray Langston stars in it. Murray Langston and Linda Blair and Billy Barty. But no, I haven't seen it. I hear it's pretty horrible. Pete Bucaccio's here. Good to see you, Pete. Welcome to the party. We're actually just wrapping up, but it's good to see you.
Anyone here see Past Lives?
I have not.
Damn it. I'm so alone.
Degrassi says he watched.
Don't look at me.
Degrassi watched Foul Play because I mentioned Under the Rainbow. And the funny thing is, I only mentioned Under the Rainbow because I was trying to trigger Max.
Triggered.
I was trying to trigger him about how short Henry Cavill is. He got very upset when he found out that the other night.
Yeah, the trolling on Max has been level red. Let's all settle down.
He loves him.
I know. But then I get on there and he says something like, "Oh, Mac, come on." I love.
But here's the
I
funny
love
thing.
the guy.
He was getting really upset when we were saying that the Walter Hamada movies were like better than the Snyder
I mean,
movies.
we feel that way,
But-
dude.
but
Hamada
it's
gets
like-
so much shit. It's crazy. People are insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
it's like
get
he's like, we're trolling, you're trolling. We weren't even. I wasn't even trolling. I was stating
No.
facts. It's like
You did Flash, right? I love Flash.
I got the tomato meter
Aquaman
backing
was
me
fun.
up.
Yeah, we're listing facts. They can't handle it, man. They're crazy. I'm sorry. Some people are they just love what they love.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't trolling either. I love Flash. I mean, technically we are trolling because we're just telling him stuff that he doesn't want to hear for the fun of it. But it's like, sorry, it's true.
I don't know. Let me take a look at the old. Hang on, I got another StreamYard open. See if
What?
Yeah, no. I keep another StreamYard open so I could see if anyone's starting another stream because I want to see if Max is going to start. But no, there's nothing scheduled still. So
Looks like it's for Sunday members only.
members only. Ooh yeah. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for coming by, Perp.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for
Uh,
having me. And thank you,
speaking-
chat, for contributing.
Speaking of Under the Rainbow, 85th anniversary screenings of The Wizard of Oz this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. If you want to revisit Munchkinland, I might go see that with. I might take Kira. My daughter's become obsessed with The Wizard of Oz.
No, but
X-Teen, always great to see you. message me. Make sure I get your mailing address because like I said, I got something for you. I don't know. I'll be in touch. You get still on Facebook? You're still on Facebook, right? I don't know. People come and go from Facebook anymore, and you don't know how to get in touch with people. So, there was a girl. She was married to an old friend of mine, and they got divorced. And I noticed I wasn't friends with her anymore. And I messaged her and I said, "Hey, what happened? We're not friends anymore." And she said, "Oh, I don't. I dropped everyone who's friends with my ex because he ruined my life." And I was like, "Dude, I don't like that guy." I'm like, "I haven't talked to him in 5 years." And she's like, "Oh, I'll send you a friend request then."
Oh my lord!
Like I put up with him. I was he was something that I had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So you got those people that are old coworkers, it's like
Yeah,
you got to play nice with them because you work with them, but you're like, I can't stand this person. You know those people, right?
everyone does.
Yeah.
They're relatable, Joe.
Yeah. So, all right. Everybody have a great night. And
What happened?
I added this. I added this yesterday. It doesn't fit right now. It doesn't fit right now, but I'm excited to have
What
it.
happened?
I got this clip.
Nothing I've ever been this excited. You're excited. Feel these nipples.
Oh my god!
I'm so excited
You
to
gotta
have
get
it.
the warning for that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, like, it's not like, me a picture of me reading the Bible or anything. But
Don't do it, Joe.
no, I won't do it.
End the stream.
All right. Everybody keep wearing those pajamas.
Yeah. Watch.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the backdoor flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.